Hey, what's up, entire internet of YouTube and Twitch? Everybody over at Fubo.tv, Nokia.com, Starlink.com, Dish.com, QuantumFiber.com. Everybody over at Mediacom, Comcast, Spectrum. Make sure you guys carry my channel. YouTube.com at the Dr. Phone Live TV, or you can check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv /@ oh, there's no @ sign, Dr. Phone Live, chilllounge.net, oh, and check out lumen.com. So I'm stressed out, tired, exhausted from the press, disliking my life, unfortunately being upset, unbroken down by time, have turned gray and angry and bitter, but still very loving and caring towards my so-called family. What's left of it, which is not much, since I'm not getting any luck with them at all. And no, I'm not talking about sex with a wife. I'm talking about my kids. Unfortunately, they hate me. My wives hate me. Both all my current, former, and future wives hate me. Isn't that wonderful? What can we do to change public opinion? Where are these political consultants I'm supposed to have? And why do I need political consultants in the first place? Because Donald Trump is not in the real party of the Republicans or Democrats or constitutionalists or independents.
And Scott, the question here is what could come next in all of this? Obviously,
and was dishonorably discharged by fleeing to Canada and lying about his bone spurs.
Saying, hey, this is not a big deal at all. But on the other hand, there are lots of people who wanted to see this files released, right?
And his wife is Jeffrey Epstein.
Unanimous vote in Congress for the full Epstein file released by the Department of Justice by December 19th. Obviously, we're beyond December 19th.
And what is up, people who do care about me?
The release of these files is ongoing and will continue over the coming weeks. And there's a projection of hundreds of thousands.
Coworkers, staff alike.
No date certain, and certainly no surety as to what type of content
Dingleberries. The Judah.
The Department of Justice says it's being judicious and slower with this because they want to protect the identities of any victims or information that must stay secret.
The Jesuits.
This slow, piecemeal
the capitalists.
Violates the law, which required the full release by December 19th. The Department of Justice could have done the prep work.
The autocrats who dislike me. The people who think I need a haircut.
They're being caught flat-footed here. They don't know what's coming next or when it's coming. And some of these records
I think I don't need a haircut.
Yeah,
I need a
so
trim.
important to not forget the survivors in all this. Scott McFarlane.
Wait, should I get trimmed up? I can't even afford that.
CBS News White House reporter Willie James Inman joins me now from West Palm Beach, close to where President Trump is staying at Mar-a-Lago. Willie James, thank you for your time. What have we heard?
And someday I could be almost as cool as CBS. I'm excited to make false claims about businesses, false claims about associations, false claims about criminal records, false claims about all kinds of behavioralisms that aren't true from third person witness accounts from people who aren't even in the vicinity of me, just based on online behavior that they're not seeing all of, or maybe visiting records that they claim they should have access to with no subpoena and no FISA warrant or blanket warrant legally obtainable by them. Simpletons with zero hacking ability.
And there's tremendous speculation. It's an interesting question. A lot of people are very angry that pictures are being released of other people that really had nothing to do with Epstein, but they're in a picture with him because he was at a party, and you ruin a reputation of somebody. So
and good morning, Barack Hussein Obama.
This continues.
Michelle Hussein Obama. Sasha and Malia, Hillary and Bill Clinton, Hillary, back me up here. Bill, I miss you. I'm sorry your wife Donald Trump turned out to be gay. It happens. Move on. Hillary, you were right about Donald Trump. And I'm sorry that happened to you. And now it's happening to me too. Could you help? Can I no longer be enemy of the state? Can I get those cases closed? What do you think, State Department and Department of Justice?
Now remember, when all of this was coming about several weeks ago, when Democrats and Republicans were calling for these files to be released, the president was calling for an investigation into Democrats connected to Jeffrey Epstein, including former President Bill Clinton. So the president appears to be trying to have it both ways here, both somewhat siding with Bill Clinton, feeling sorry for him in terms of him being in those photos, but at the same time calling for an investigation into Democrats, including the
Dingleberry Show.
Yeah, interesting response. Willie James Inman, thank you so much for joining us.
I would call it something else, but YouTube would deem that inappropriate. No, I am not referring to you as CBS, or you, CBS, or NBC, or Fox, or ABC, or CNBC, or CNN. But you people are mean, and you are supposed to be on my side. You do not like pornographic content other than Playboy. You should revel in it. We should sign a contract deal, making it very prevalent that pornographic material causes brain chemistry to change. All I am seeking is 5 minutes of your time online to watch my podcast and interact with me socially online. I'm asking for zero commentary from the peanut gallery about my past life that they know nothing about, that's supposedly properly documented by people that don't know me and make up shit every day.
Some people will also find
every day.
Evacuation orders. We'll have more on that in a moment. Governor Gavin Newsom has deployed state resources to respond to flooding or mudslides in the area. So
good morning, Ariana Grande, Selena Gomez, Taylor Swift, Camila Cabello, Avril Lavigne, Shakira, Christina Aguilera, Mila Kunis, Miley Cyrus, Madison Beer, Jenna Ortega, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Emma Myers, Emma Watson, Emma Stone, Jenna Ortega, Olivia Rodrigo, Sabrina Carpenter, Sydney Sweeney,
before holidays now, and it does definitely has a
Victoria Justice, everybody over at Victoria's Secret, Playboy, Hooters, Twin Peaks. How are you doing? This has been an eventful day in the press. Plenty of attack press and belligerent, non-intelligible nonsense. And lies and deceit. But yet this keeps happening. And why must these porno proliferators attack us, the American press? Through the press and through the hearts of reality, they are seeking to tear down the walls of the government ability to be themselves, to make litigation happen, and to do that legally without having to deal with their illegal behavior at the same time and having to civilly commit them to civil litigation. But it happens every 2 to 3 years with these people because they hire drug addicts and criminals, and it's got to end. Like Donald Trump, who cannot have a job because he's retarded.
Every single county out of the 58 in California has some sort of weather alert.
And wants to sell Canada to the United States. And Canada's a sovereign country with their own laws and their own borders. And yes, I call them Canuckistan. Unfortunately, that is where they're from, Canuckistan. Oh, Canada.
Basically all morning into the early
all right, hosers on float plane, deal with it. By the way, check out floatplane.com, Alliance Tech Tips, and the WAN Show on Floatplane and YouTube.
likely throughout Thursday afternoon. Christmas holidays.
Nice weather, girl,
across the state
CBS.
of California.
24/7.
They're likely going to be treacherous
Who's
and
mean
not
to
only
me?
rainy, but very
It needs to
windy
leave the
tonight
Tic
and
Tacs
early tomorrow.
alone.
This is what we're mostly concerned about. 65 to 80 plus mile an hour wind gust, basically across the entire state. Keep that in mind. Loose outdoor objects, please secure them now. They will blow away. That was tree limbs. Power outage is going to be a big issue because excessive rainfall is likely today, and then by tomorrow, that bullseye.
Unfortunately, I am streaming now, which I did not want to be here today streaming, but the general public is craving it. And I don't know why you like me. But I like some people in the world that do nice things for me and have kind hearts.
Wow. All right, Zoe, thank you. The Trump administration is seeking to cancel thousands of asylum cases.
And the Popo was very mean to me.
To third countries, that's according to internal government data.
And fake Popo, none the like.
The administration's new tactic involves ICE attorneys asking immigration judges to toss out asylum cases without hearing them on the merits.
And no, not you, Howard Lake PD or Champlain PD. Fake Popo. Chester Popo. No badge Chomo Domo. Chomo, not Domo. No, I'm not saying that crappy saying ever again. But a Chomo. Fake Popo.
Critics say the campaign
Yes.
is destined to eliminate the path to asylum in the U.S. A shock for officers chasing a
And it was very difficult for me to deal with. Being let down by somebody that's supposed to be a supportive figure in my life. And no, I am not talking about a wife or a girlfriend. I am talking about a trusted employee of a group home. And not the group home I am currently in. But one that chooses to do meth and crank and coke. And is a drug addict. Who has transgender sex with women. And cows and sheep. And this person's identity is Hunter. The gay sexual transgender male. Who shoots drag shows on the weekends at the gay 90s. And the Pink Pony Club. Can you believe that? Why would he do such a thing? While acting like a strange straight man also in love with his hand. And this stuff happens every day in America, people. A Depakote shortage. So please, call your doctors and tell them, Depakote for Dr. Fun One. Now. Too bad I got administered last night. And it's an antidepressant, which causes lethargic behavior. And the coffee jitters. The coffee jitters. Crack coffee is what it feels like. I've never been on crack, but it feels like speed or a no-dose. Do I care? No. Do I think it's funny? Yes.
Now streaming on CBS and Paramount Plus.
Chilling with the queen. Her name is Gail King.
Gail King, you rock. Cardi B, you rock. Mariah Carey, you rock sometimes. Same thing with you, Madison Beer.
CBS Mornings on CBS and where else? Paramount Plus. See you at 7.
CBS Mornings.
I want a mug. Good mug.
A stalker sends menacing messages to a young mother before she's murdered.
They all just kind of said, I can't believe this happened. He did it. The stalker did it. There's a killer out there, and we're going to go after him.
But the investigation reveals
I think we should start an online support group
What else are they going to find?
for people who have been stalked that use social media or streaming technology, as long as it's directly monitored by the White House or a Supreme Court in the United States. Preferably the Minnesota Supreme Court should run a support group for people who have been stalked online or on a podcast.
The undefeated Big Ten champs, Indiana Hoosiers.
I would take the responsibility, but unfortunately I'm unwilling to make a website like that because I am broke. And that would take licensing and therapy classes both before and afterwards for me to do that, to get me to deal with people.
New video here shows the search for survivors after a small Mexican Navy plane crashed in Texas, killing 5 people, including a 2-year-old. What you're seeing here is a yacht captain who went to the scene and rescued a woman trapped in the wreckage near Galveston. She survived by breathing from a small
Galveston, huh? CBS. Wow.
The Navy says the plane was helping with a medical mission yesterday. The cause of the crash is still under investigation. The U.S. military struck another alleged drug boat in the Eastern Pacific, killing 1 person. The U.S. Supreme Command said it targeted a low-profile vessel that was, quote, transiting along known narco trafficking routes.
And Justice or Judge Geoffrey, thank you for everything. I appreciate the education. I would have appreciated my freedom, but I understand your woes of needing someone to answer my front door for me and my rear door for me and to make my cigarettes for me, not.
Let me start with what we know, Mugo, and then I'll tell you what we don't know. What we know is that since September 2nd, the administration has conducted at least 29 of these strikes, which have impacted at least over 125 people. What we don't know is which narco terrorists were on this quote-unquote low-profile vessel.
And now we're dealing with narco terrorists.
When the military is referring to low
in the Gulf,
vessel, that is likely referring to the fact that this was a submarine or semi-submersible.
Maybe not in the Gulf, but off the eastern coast.
Questions about what was specifically on this boat.
Slightly southern than Cuba, headed towards Cuba with fuel oil, when the U.S. should be supporting Cuba's fuel oil habits by sales. I'm not saying lift everything out of them and give them free trade. What I'm saying is they should be allowed to survive and have a television and radio set that ain't shortwave going to China or Russia.
Keeping that oil and putting it into the U.S. Strategic Petroleum Reserve. The United States has seized 2 tankers since the first seizure on December 10th and is still in active pursuit of a 3rd. This quote-unquote blockade is just the latest in a step of escalations against.
What is up, everybody over at Mount Westmore? Everybody should check out MountWestmore.com and DeathRowRecords.com.
Between the U.S. Coast Guard and individuals aboard these tankers. While sanctioned oil and sanctioned vessels are being targeted.
What is up, E40, Too Short, Snoop Dogg, and Ice Cube? Everybody over at NWA, Dr. Dre, T-Pain, Master P, all the producers over at Death Row, you rock. All the producers on Capitol, you rock. All the producers on MGM that haven't been fired yet, you rock. The Beatles, you guys still rock. John Lennon, you still rock. Chief Justice John Roberts, you still rock for not killing me and John Lennon off back in the 90s for walking down Abbey Road and leaving the U.S. to produce my music safely, or theirs safely.
The kid stole a car from Parma, ran from police, and crashed that car into the side of a house.
This is our first time in a party.
Well, I can tell by the way that you drove. You suck at driving.
They may have attempted a left-hand turn and did something, but ultimately they lost control of the vehicle and then crashed in the side of the house, and then all 3 of them bailed.
We'll call parents in a second. You guys are doing good.
From this dash cam video, you can see the stolen white Kia speed past police at almost 80 miles per hour on Harvard Road near Denison Bridge.
They attempted to stop the vehicle. It was actually behind a couple cars, stopped at the traffic light. It kind of cut right off the race as it went.
The police chief says these
and the body cam footage you guys are showing me, very funny. Hardy har har po-po.
I couldn't believe the amount of videos that exist out there that tell you how to steal a car, and that's problematic for law enforcement. They should be taking these things down.
The children were treated by paramedics and returned to their parents. Chief Majoy says the 11 and 12-year-old will be charged for their crimes. However, it is up to a juvenile prosecutor if the 8-year-old will face any consequences.
In fact, the 8-year-old made a comment that Santa Claus was going to bring him coal for what he did, which is pretty sad.
In Newburgh Heights, Brittany Weir, 19 News.
And now to your headlines. The Wisconsin woman convicted of stabbing a classmate to please the fictional character Slender Man is ordered back to a state psychiatric hospital. Morgan Geyser escaped from her group home.
And Slender Man is just a character.
In 2014,
just like the scary movie guy. And the Saw guy. And the Phantasm guy.
The police chief of Brown University has been placed on leave. It comes more than a week after a deadly.
Now, do we have to put disclaimers before and after movies to make sure people know that a movie is fan fiction and not reality? Maybe we should just put a big sign up on Netflix. You're nuts if you're watching this. We're believing it's real. Now, this is a docu-series with actual reproduction film or direct commentary from the FBI or a documentator. Also, not a fake staff member at a group home trying to make money off of one of their clients or other staff members' life's history. Or a hospital. Same premonition.
Earlier this month, while he awaits trial on human smuggling charges. During yesterday's hearing, the judge said she won't allow him to be.
Or a county worker tried to pull the same crap. That's called extortion.
Plans to deport him. The Justice Department has until Friday to tell her about those plans. Former Republican Senator Ben Sasse announced he has terminal stage 4 pancreatic cancer. In a post on X, the 53-year-old called.
Good morning, WCCO, Fox News, ABC News, NBC News, CNBC News, ABC News, ABC Nightly News, NBC Night News, The Late Shows. Unfortunately, everybody at all the late shows that David Letterman is supposed to be in charge of are all very mean to me and don't like me. Unfortunately, David Letterman, I think you should have hired me in the 90s, or I'd still be on TV and probably be happy, wealthy, and wise, and a lot fatter, and maybe dead and pregnant by now. Or on my 25th baby, one or the other, or 30th.
Dr. Chris Mertens was a high school and college athlete, but during his medical training, he gained 60 pounds.
I was also seeing effects with things like my blood pressure.
Dr. Obama, you rock. Don't change anything.
As well as cholesterol being elevated.
Just be mean.
After struggling to lose weight,
be mean, Brock. Embrace your mean teacher spirit and professor wrath on the general public and press right now. Same thing with you, Joe Biden.
Try to do things what people may term the right way with diet and exercise alone.
In a New England Journal of Medicine study, all participants received counseling on diet and exercise.
Nancy Pelosi, wield your sword.
Patients lost on average 13.6% of their body weight on medication, compared to 2.2% on placebo. The pill must be taken on an empty stomach. Dr. Reshmi Srinath, the director of the Weight and Metabolism.
Now that I've BS'd with you for the last 23 minutes and wasted both of our lives and time away, I will close with, have fun, stay safe, and peace. Be kind to one another. Stay safe. Peace out. That's hot. Yada, yada, yada. And bye.